Big win, Don Wilson here for Top MMA News, here with the WRECK main event, Mark Holst. And before we get into everything, you know, it was supposed to be you against Gideon Ray. Now it's going to be you against Stephane Lamarche in an all-Ottawa kind of matchup. What's the change of opponent done to you?
Well, first off, you know, the best goes out to Gideon Ray. I hope he has a speedy recovery and all is fine with him and his family. For the change of opponent, you know, I don't really. For me, I'm going in there and having fun. It's all about my game plan, not their game plan. So it doesn't matter who I face. I'll be ready for it.
Now, you know, someone like Stephane Lamarche, who we know is a tough guy. He's a wily guy. He's been around a lot. His record, though, makes this fight, in my opinion, a thankless fight for you. You're supposed to go in there and win, and if you lose, it'll knock you down. How do you get mentally prepared for something like that?
You know, I've been training hard. Like you said, you know, Steph has been around for as long as me, fighting for a long time. He's fought some really tough fights. And you know, so it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good fight for me to. You know, I've been 1 year off of fighting, so this is kind of like shaking the rust off and getting back in the cage and fighting. You know, he's been staying active, so I think you know, for him. And also we've been, you know, in passing a lot, you know, seeing each other, and every time he's always been saying like, oh, we should fight, we should fight. So
finally get the chance.
Yeah, now he gets the chance, so let's do it.
Now, you know, like you said, you mentioned the year off, and let's touch on that. You had your UFC there, you had the 2 fights, good experience. You came back, you had a good win over Markel Wedderburn, kind of finish off the grudge match there. You know, what did you do in the year that made you want to come back? Because there was I guess, MMA retirement for a few months before, you know, coming back to this. What made you want to jump back into the sport?
Well, you know, being here at Ottawa Academy of Martial Arts and training the guys and coaching them, and you know, being, you know, on the corners, you know, stool, kind of, you know, made me go a little bit crazy through the whole year. You know, I managed to do it for a year. It's fun. I'll still be doing it. You know, I'm still always staying active and coaching a lot of the Muay Thai guys and the MMA guys here at OAMA. But for a year, so I've been, you know, coaching and training the guys, and you know, not having that kind of end reward of, you know, competing and getting in the cage or in the ring. So seeing guys like Randy and Chris St. Jean and Steph Bernadelle and Crew Jeff, you know, fight and stuff like that, and me sitting on the stool, like I'm like, I want some fun too there, so I want to get back into it. And I think too, you know, the reason for my retirement, a lot of people ask, is like, you know, it's a accumulation. Like I've been fighting and training hard for 10 years nonstop. I've been competing, you know, for 10 years, and for me, you know, I needed a break. On top of that, I was injured, so I was healing up an injury. And again, like you said, you know, the UFC losses, the 2 losses that I had in the UFC, you know, kind of was you know, a heartbreaker for me, you know, and you know, I needed to kind of sit back and to maybe get to enjoy my life a little bit, and you know, kind of reboot a bit, and then you know, I'm coming back strong now.
Well, definitely. I cannot wait to see you come back strong. That's something I wanted to touch on there. You said you've been training for 10 years. You're still a relatively young guy, which means you were training for professional sports in your teens. You missed out going to the club, drinking, picking up the girls, going camping with the girls. You know, all the fun stuff that a good old Canadian boy wants to do. You know, how was that? It's obviously got to play on you mentally. You know, you train at a school with tons of young kids. You hear what they're doing on their weekend. That really wasn't you back in the day. You were training, you were eating well, you know, you were becoming a professional butt kicker. You know, what does that lifestyle do to a guy?
Well, you know, so far so good. I don't really know what I missed out. So, but no, for sure. Like, you know, as a teenager and you know, 18, 19-year-old, like, you know, all I was doing is all I knew what to do is just to train and fight. So, you know, that's why I think, you know, at around like, you know, for me, the end goal was always make it to the UFC, make it to the UFC. And that was always like my big dream. And once I got there, I was like, wow, I can't believe I made it. And, you know, unfortunately, I had the really bad performances. But, you know, then after, you know, I kind of realized maybe I should, you know, kind of sit back and see if I want to keep this, you know, going. But I think, you know, like anybody in life, like I can get to enjoy all those things that I missed out when I'm 40, 50, you know. So I think now it's, you know, I'm younger and I'm feeling really strong. I'm lucky not to have any injuries, so might as well keep it going and keep in the fight career. But definitely, you know, I missed out on a lot of stuff, but I don't know what I missed out on, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah. Well, I guess that's true. And a lot of kids that grew up with the party and everything, they don't know what it's like to walk out to 40,000 fans at Las Vegas cheering your name. So you obviously gained some things if you did lose. Now, like you said, you've been doing this for so long, training for so long, gone to Thailand, everything. Do you think being a professional martial artist makes you mature quicker? Do you think you grew up quicker in that lifestyle?
Yeah, definitely, and also the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Like, I'm really fortunate to have a big brother like Nick and Pat, my mentor, to look out for me, and for sure like the training and teaching under Oama made me grow up faster, definitely, and mature faster than most 26-year-old. Yeah.
So you're going to be reliving your youth. So take that, fans. Mark Holst says the new 18 is now 40. You can relive it all when you're 40. We're getting into this fight. You're going to be the main event. Do you think you're prepared for the pressure again of holding the main event, hometown, Ottawa? Is all the mental stuff brushed off now and you're ready to hold it down?
Yeah, it is. During that 1 year, another thing that I was doing is I realized, through 10 years of fighting and competing in hometown and stuff like that, that win, lose, or draw, my students, my friends, my family are still going to love me. Yep. And it's a shame that it took me all this time to figure it out. But now you're going to be seeing a different Boots. And, I'm going to go in the cage and have fun. And I'm going to be fighting for myself. A lot of times before, I used to put so much pressure, so much stress on myself. It wasn't even, it's not the people. They want the best for me, my friends, my family, and all that. And of course, they want me to win. But all I was thinking about is okay, I got to win, and I would do everything but that, and put so much pressure and stress on myself. So I find, finally I took that 1 year off. I came to to realize that it's not the case. They're still gonna like me even though I lose, and that a fight's a fight. Doesn't matter. There's a winner. There's a loser, and I'm gonna be fighting just for fun, having fun with it, and see what happens.
Well, I guess you answered my question there that I was going to pose next. Was before it seemed like you were fighting for everyone else. Now it's that you're fighting for yourself, your own, your own record, your own pride, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that, but mostly, I'd put so much pressure on myself that I wouldn't be myself anymore, and I'd be so nervous, so tentative, and I wouldn't be able to perform. And now, of course, I'm going to be representing my team and fighting for them and the students and my friends, my family. But I have a different kind of approach to fighting, and I guess you'll see. April 20th.
Well, I can't wait. Like you said, we will be seeing April 20th. Now, before we let you go, the obvious, any family, friends, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yes, I'd like to I'd like to thank all the guys that helped me for my fight camp. A lot of help from all the pro fighters like Randy Turner, crew Jeff Harrison. Trained a lot with Jeff Chan and Andrew Walters. Really appreciate all their help. Another one to Seb Pilon. Really appreciate all the extra attention that he's been helping me out with my Muay Thai, and all the students at Oama. Obviously Pat for making this happen, and getting me this fight and giving me the opportunity to step in the cage again.
Well, I can say I cannot wait to see you step in the cage again. Once again, fans, it's going to be the war on the Capitol Shore when Mark Holst meets Stephane Lamarche, April 20th at the Casino de Lac Lamy in Gatineau, Quebec. Once again, fans, big win, Don Wilson. Mark Holst, Top MMA News.